This place.
You've been in hospital before? It's for your own good. Try and relax a bit.
I only need time to come round a bit more. All this fuss.
Oh, over here.
Yes, us.
Where's it taking them?
Don't worry, not far away. Thank you. I'll take those. Right arm, please. I won't bite, you know. Nothing terrible about that. Who's your doctor, Mr. Morton?
Do you know my name?
We had to look. You weren't making much sense when you came in.
You had to... Oh, my briefcase.
Don't worry, it's only in the office.
There was some important papers in there. Later on, I got to see some... Oh, my God.
Same place as a briefcase.
Well, I'll be wanting them back, both of them.
Please, Mr. Morton.
Well now, feeling a little better?
He's a bit concerned about his things.
Oh?
My briefcase. I'll be needing it later.
It's quite safe in the office.
I'm sorry. You're not keeping me here.
It's the rule, 24 hours. Head injuries, 24 hours at least, in your own interest. Thank you, Miss.
Sister. Oh, sister. I found these in his pocket.
Have you mentioned them?
He's so overwrought.
Mr. Morton, we don't appear to have the name of your doctor.
I haven't got one.
No? Then who is it who suffers from angina?
My temperature must be normal now.
No, it isn't, but calming down will help.
Oh, Mr. Morton, you look a little better. I'd like to have another listen to that chest, though, please, Nurse.
That's what I keep trying to tell you all. I admit I was a bit groggy at first. No, I'm all right now.
Yes, it's fine. Yes. Well, the rest will do you no harm.
The rest?
What job do you do, Mr. Morton? How do you earn your living?
Oh, I'm in insurance.
And you keep busy, you, personally?
I never stop. Look, I've got to get back to the office soon.
We'll have to keep you in a little while, I'm afraid.
Just a minute, Doctor.
Didn't Sister explain to you?
24 hours. Look, I just can't spare the time.
Some patients, it's 24 days or 24 weeks.
There's nothing wrong with me.
Mr. Morton, how long have you been taking these tablets?
Well, I get a touch of heartburn now and then. Like indigestion.
Indigestion? Is that what your doctor calls it?
I didn't pay much attention to what he said.
Are you a married man?
Yes?
Your wife, she'll have to be told.
So what?
That you're here. Don't you think she ought to know?
All right, Mr. Morton.
Nurse, could I speak to you for a moment?
What's the matter now?
Well, it's not that I'm being uncooperative, but I have got a job to do, you know. And after a bump on the head, you just rest for a while. Everyone knows that.
It's not just the bump, Mr. Morton.
Oh, those tablets you're worried about. That's what I've got against hospitals. Forever probing, looking for something interesting.
It can save lives.
It can make lives miserable, too. Just leave well alone.
What the eyes don't see, eh?
If you like.
Illness won't go away by ignoring it.
But I'm not ill.
Then what are you so worried about?
You ever been in hospital?
It's not as bad as you think. Me, I would love to put my feet up. Anyway, it won't be for long.
Huh?
Look, all we're going to do is keep an eye on you for a while. As soon as there's a bed free, you'll go up to the ward, you'll have your meals served for you, hot drinks, television, everything. There's nothing to be frightened of. Really.
What about those tests?
Oh, is that what's bothering you? Look, nothing will be done without your full knowledge and consent.
Just the smell of the place gets me.
Me too. I'm going to check on your bed now. Once you're in the ward, you'll be able to relax more. All right?
And she'll need the district nurse to see her too. Those dressings will have to be changed regularly.
Right, I'll fix it up. What about...
Sister, have you seen Mr. Morton anywhere?
Mr. Morton?
The angina RTA.
Not recently. Why?
He's not in his cubicle.
Have you looked in the toilet?
Yes.
Where are his clothes?
The porter took them.
Well, he can't have gone far.
I'll find him, sister.
Well, when will you have a cab free? Okay, half an hour then.
Nurse, I've ordered Mrs. Finch from the Ellen Road Health Centre.
Oh, yes, the senior registrar's coming over to see her. She's for admission.
Right.
Oh, could you take these two back on your way?
These
please?
two here.
If you just go with this gentleman, all right?
Up to the hills.
A taxi? Why?
That's a daft question.
Well, you can't go home now.
No?
No. Will you speak with sister?
Wouldn't make the slightest difference.
Well, is it because you don't like hospitals?
I'd like my clothes back, please.
Is it?
No, it isn't.
Well, you haven't been here before because we've checked.
Maybe you didn't check back far enough.
What, as far back as when you were at school?
Something like that.
Well, that's nothing. Most of us have spent a few days in hospital.
A few days. 14 months and 3 weeks, including a couple of Christmases and one birthday.
That must have been bad.
I'm still waiting for my things.
I'm only thinking of you, Mr. Morton.
So am I, and I've got a business to run.
Is it that important?
You don't know how important. Look, everything I've got's in that business, and I'm not going to put it at risk because you lot have got a bee in your bonnet about a few tablets and a knock on the head.
Well, if you're dead set on going...
Well, let's face it, no one can stop me, can they?
Just take this card and give it to your GP. The doctor, he'll sort you out and keep an eye on you, make sure you're all right. Okay? Come on, Mum.
Don't tell me you've lost him again.
He says he's going home.
It's what?
He's ordered a taxi.
Have you talked to him?
Yes, but he's made his mind up.
He has he? Does he think we've nothing to do but worry about him?
I don't think it mattered whatever we did. What happens now?
We talk to him, I suppose. Then, if he insists... Have you done discharge forms?
Yes, in the second year.
Well, as a third-year student, it won't be long before you're qualified and have to deal with the Mortons of this world on your own.
We'll have another go at him, for what it's worth. I'll spell it out in a few words. The risks are twofold, Mr. Morton. First, the knock on the head.
Look, I'm fine
And
now.
secondly, your heart condition. Now, we haven't had a chance to investigate this, but there is an irregular heartbeat.
I appreciate your interest, Doctor, but quite honestly, I can't afford to spend another minute here.
Are you quite sure, Mr. Morton?
Positive.
Well, we can't keep you in against your will,
Nope.
but you will have to sign.
Sign.
You're going out against medical advice.
Yeah, well, sure. Fair enough.
I take on myself all responsibility for what may happen.
I mean, it's not that I don't appreciate what you're trying to do. Under different circumstances, I'd... My clothes.
Tell the porter, will you, nurse?
No, and my briefcase.
Don't worry, it's in the office.
Sister, Mr. Morton's collapsed outside a cardiac arrest.
Have you called Dr. Langley?
No, sister.
We'll do it now. Who's with the patient?
The ambulance men, they're bringing him in now.
You know what to do, nurse.
Dr. Langley to casualty, please. Dr. Langley to casualty, please. Cardiac arrest in casualty. Cardiac arrest in casualty. I will go off duty now, sister. I've left Nurse Weaver with the new admission.
I'd better be getting back to her.
Oh, excuse me. Mrs. Finch is still waiting for you, Doctor.
Pop these into records on your way, will you?
Yes, I shall see you tomorrow, sister.
Yes. Yes?
Do you think it was my fault about Mr. Morton?
How could it be?
Well, if I'd stayed with him...
Listen, nurse, if we knew what went on inside patients' minds, this job would be 10 times easier.
Maybe.
Now run along before something else crops up.
Good night, sister.
Cheerio. And stop worrying.